yo, homie, this movie's a hit.
What industry did you decide to pursue a career in?
Movies, which encompasses almost every industry.
And I'm here with Tom Cruise.
Yeah, man. It's nice to see you.
And you've been a top actor for decades. What's been the biggest driving factor of your success throughout your career?
It is my desire to deliver the very best that I've always felt for myself. Even when I was a little kid before movies, it's when I had any job, I always wanted to understand how to do that job and then do it at the very highest level that I possibly can.
Where did your work ethic come from?
I enjoy going for that level of perfection, and I surround myself with people that have that same care. You know, my goal was always to make a movie and have it be the best possible film for an audience, and then it makes some money so that the studio could have that money and then go make other movies, and I can go off and make other movies, and that's my desire. And I knew very early on that in a changing world, the most important thing is one's own ability to change, to adapt, to learn.
And your last message to the younger generation?
You go. I'm someone, when I hear it can't be done, I'm like, I don't know, maybe, you know, how many times do you think the people weren't like, oh, you could do this?
So this is you hanging off a plane, right?
Oh yeah, it is.
Do you not fear anything?
No, it's not a matter. I don't mind being afraid. I want an adventurous life. I want it. And don't be so afraid to be afraid or nervous. The important thing is to keep pursuing your dreams and finding accurate things that are going to add to your life and to others. You know, the way that I look at life, I don't live it for myself. I know that to live my life, I'm thinking of others. And to lead is to serve. Not to tell people what to do, but to help them to be better. That's kind of what I do.
You got amazing
Right,
advice,
man.
my friend. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate
It's a pleasure,
you.
James.
Yeah,
my
really
pleasure. Just have to write down your dream and then write down a list of how do you accomplish that. What do I need to do? What do I need to learn to be able to accomplish those goals? And that's what I do. I don't just sit there and worry about it. I just start doing it. And I'm training people and I'm training myself. I'm going to learn how to crawl before I walk before I jog before I run before I sprint. And then I sprint out of a plane or off a cliff before I do that. So, and don't be so worried if you're afraid. It's like, okay, I feel it. It's like, that's fine. Just keep working through it. Really, the fear you feel is the unknown. It's what you don't know. And just kind of recognize that it's okay not to know. And work towards a knowingness of things. And the only way to do it is not to be in your head on it, but just to start looking, go out and start doing it, one step at a time.
I subscribe to the channel.
Excuse me, sir. How old were you when you made your first million?
What is this for?
I started the biggest social media business channel in the entire world where I interview millionaires and billionaires on their advice to the younger generation. What did you do to become wealthy?
What did I do? I've owned 4 or 5 companies.
What was your main business?
Now I'm in private equity.
Now you're in private equity.
Right.
What's the most amount of money you made in a single year?
I don't know if I want to be on this.
I'll show you the channel after. I promise you it'll be worth it.
A few $100 million. I mean, it wasn't a big company.
A few $100 million.
So listen, I gotta go.
Last two.
Sorry.
Among the most successful people that you've met throughout your career, what do they all have in common?
Whether you're a billionaire or millionaire, most guys that get into that status are willing to take risks. That's the bottom
Were you a
line.
big risk taker?
Oh yeah, for sure.
What was the biggest risk you took that maybe a lot of people were telling you
Well,
not?
my second deal, I leveraged my house, everything, to buy the company.
You put everything on the table.
I put it on.
Were there some
Yeah.
people telling you not to do it?
Oh, for sure.
Why did you not listen to them?
Look, I think at the end of the day, an entrepreneur might have a little screw loose in his head.
Were you a little crazy?
No, not crazy, but I think you have to really have a lot of confidence. The one thing I'll leave you with would be if you're going to get rich, there's a few ways to do it. Maybe you become a CEO of a company, which is pretty hard, but you got to own your own business.
Do you think somebody should start or buy a business in today's world?
Definitely buy.
You've closed some big deals. What's your best negotiation advice for somebody at that table?
Never make the first offer.
What if they're trying to press you to make the first offer?
Well, won't do it.
How old are you now?
76.
Incredible for 76.
Well,
So
thank you.
Because you're in private equity.
Yes.
What's the best investment somebody can make in today's world? You're in the money business.
Right now, the trend is going to be manufacturing in the U.S.
Why?
Our private equity firm only buys U.S. manufacturing companies.
So you can get rich doing that in today's world.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways to make money. Everybody thinks manufacturing is down and dirty and you can't make a lot of money at it, but it's not true.
I love it. You got amazing advice. Thank you so much, sir. I really
Thank you.
appreciate you. Excuse me, sir. Sir, question for you. How old were you when you made your first million?
Made my first million?
Yeah.
I guess you could say I started prospering in my 30s.
And what do you do for a living out here in Los Angeles?
Wow. Okay, well, I created your childhood. I know it's a weird thing to say.
You created my childhood?
Well, did you ever see The Fairly Odd Parents?
Yes.
Did you ever see Danny Phantom?
Yes.
Okay, well, I created both those shows.
You created both those shows?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now I go all over the world interviewing the most successful people for the younger generation. Can I interview you for 1 minute for the channel real quick?
All right, sure, yeah.
So cartoons made you a millionaire.
Yeah, they did, and it's not an easy thing to become a millionaire to a cartoon, so let me tell you.
Did you have a lot of people that doubted you in the entertainment business?
Oh, plenty. Oh my God, I doubted me. I
doubted yourself?
Oh, all the time. You doubt yourself all the time because, you know, when you're pitching a show, you have to wait for the approval. And then you're waiting a day, 2 days, 3 days. It's during that time the true person of who you really are comes out. Are you going to hang in there and be brave, or are you going to collapse like a deck chair?
How old are you now?
60 years old.
You're 60?
I'm 60 years old.
So what's the best advice you could give to any 20-year-old watching this right now?
If I had to talk to my 20-year-old self, I would say to them 100%, do not be afraid and seize every opportunity. And I always say to people, opportunities are like comets. You know, the comets that go through space. They're very beautiful and amazing, but they don't come around very often. It might be a very long time till you see another one. So seize that opportunity.
So how did you navigate ownership rights when you created these shows with Nickelodeon?
Well, I made sure I surrounded myself with very smart people. I had an agent and I had a lawyer. A lot of creatives aren't very good salespeople. So when you want to market yourself, you need someone that can help you sell. The Bible says there's safety in a multitude of counselors.
Do you believe in God?
Absolutely, 100%. I was in my mid-30s when I discovered who Jesus was. Once he became my Lord and Savior, I started answering to him and not Hollywood. Because Hollywood changes every day, but Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, is this your G-Wagon?
Yeah, a minute.
Hey, what did you do to be able to afford a G-Wagon out here in Dubai?
I own the world's largest water park.
You own the world's largest
My
water.
nickname is Aquaman.
Yeah?
Basically.
How long have you been a business owner?
More than a decade.
And I go all over the world interviewing the most successful entrepreneurs. Could I interview you for the channel real quick?
We have 5 minutes today? Oh, let's do 5 minutes.
Now, have you ever been broke before?
I was bankrupt twice, sued 24 times.
You were bankrupt twice.
And sued 24 times.
How did you come back from that?
Again, the genius thing I did is never quit. People think because I'm from here, or you're born with money, you have all money. I mean, I wish that was the story, but that wasn't the case.
So you don't come from money?
No, I don't. My family was mid-class, and then I was the black sheep, and I said, no, I'm gonna be different.
Were you a good salesman?
I became a good salesman.
How did you become better at sales?
Failing. My first year, I was rejected 617 times. First year.
617 times.
First year. Every day I was getting at least 2 no's. Yeah.
Every no is one step closer to
Exactly.
a yes.
Now I know how to navigate them much faster. And then like eventually became now the biggest one in the world.
What's the deepest life quote that you've ever heard?
Oh, I'll read something for you actually. I wrote this to myself 8 years ago and I was $250,000 in debt. Train your mind harder than your body. Never accept someone else's limitation. Pain is essential. Visualize what you want all the time. Learn the meaning of overload. Become obsessed. Never become satisfied. That was me 8 years ago.
So it seems like the mindset is everything.
It's the only thing. You can't be motivated all day, but you need to be disciplined.
You got amazing advice, my friend. Thank you so much for your time, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Good luck.
you.
You need to come to the water park.
So how does a person build a multi-million-dollar business? That's a great question. I actually get asked that a lot. Now listen, I've been blessed to build several different multi-million-dollar businesses. And let me be real with you. It's simple, but it's not easy. There's no magic formula, but there are fundamentals. So let me give you 6 essential things that many successful entrepreneurs have done, including myself, to build multi-million-dollar enterprises. Number 1. Find a pain point. You see, every great business starts by solving a problem. Somebody got tired of stepping on sharp rocks and having dirty feet, so boom, shoes were born. Today, somebody got tired of waiting on taxis, so we got Uber. Somebody got tired of waiting on DVDs in the mail, now we have Netflix. Somebody hated grocery shopping, and now we have Instacart. If you want to make millions, find the pain. Then do number 2. Create the cure. Now, take that pain and develop a product or service that solves it. It doesn't have to be revolutionary, just effective and different. In other words, you don't have to reinvent the wheel, just roll it in a new direction. Number 3, make sure there's a market. In other words, you don't have a business until people are willing to pay you to solve their problem. So if nobody wants your product or can afford it, then you're running a charity, not a business. Number 4, market to the right people. Once you've identified your audience, go after them relentlessly and speak directly to their pain. That's exactly what Jesus did in Matthew 11:28 when he said, "Come to me, all who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest." You see, he identified the problem, which was weariness, the target audience, which was those carrying burdens, and the benefit, which was rest for your soul. You see, that's next level marketing right there, and that's the blueprint. Number 5, sell with confidence. Once you've gotten someone's attention, you got to close the deal. Communicate clearly why your product or service is the best option for solving their problem. Sell the benefits, not the features. People don't buy products, you know what? They buy outcomes. They don't want a drill, they want a hole in the wall. And lastly, scale what's working. Scaling means increasing your capacity without sacrificing quality. Now that could mean hiring, automating, partnering, expanding your reach. In Exodus 18, Moses was trying to do everything by himself until his father-in-law Jethro said, "This is not good." Jethro gave him the blueprint for scaling. He said, delegate, build a team, focus only on what you can do. So if you do these 6 things, you won't have to chase money. Money will start chasing you. Why are Jewish people so wealthy? As a rookie stockbroker in the mid-1980s, I was fascinated by how my Jewish clients and colleagues handle money. Their mindset about wealth was totally different than what I saw growing up in a predominantly African-American environment. So I got curious. I started asking questions and listening and learning. Then I read a book called The Jewish Phenomenon by Steven Silbiger, and it all started making sense. Get this, Jews make up only 2.4% of the U.S. population, but over 30% of American millionaires are Jewish. So the question is, why? What's their secret? I want to share 8 things I learned from my Jewish clients that transformed the way I thought about money. Here's the first 4. Number 1, they prioritized generational wealth and avoided single generation consumption. Whether they were religious or not, many of them lived by Proverbs 13:22, which says, "A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children." You see, they saw money as a tool to empower the next generation, not to just fund their own lifestyle. Number 2, they gave assets, not appliances. You see, when I got married, I got toasters and china, and I didn't even have a china cabinet. But several Jewish clients of mine told me, they said, in our families, we give cash or stocks. In other words, they gifted wealth to their loved ones, not stuff. Things that appreciate, not depreciate. Number 3, they expected to be wealthy and were embarrassed by it if they weren't. See, I grew up where struggle was normal and wealth was rare. But in the Jewish American culture, financial success was normal and struggle was rare. There was a pride in building wealth and a shame in mismanaging it. That totally changed my mindset. Number 4, they use their pain as fuel, not an excuse. Now this one hit me hard. Jewish people have faced horrific oppression, very much like African Americans have. But instead of being paralyzed by the past, they use their pain as fuel for success. And that's exactly what my people, African Americans, need to do. In part 2, I'll break down 4 more Jewish wealth principles that I've learned and you can apply to your financial life. Stay tuned.